Hello guys, welcome to this very special episode of What's What. We are in the French city of Lorient to shoot an episode with skipper Fabrice Amedeo. This place has been transformed into a training base for offshore races. But initially, this huge warehouse was built by the Germans for their U-boat flotilla during World War II. The fortress required 15,000 people for the construction and represents a quarter of the concrete work for France for the German military effort. This part of the roof is 7 meters thick. So, I take the extra time we have to take you behind the scenes and tell you some of the best stories that happened during shooting. Here we go! Remember this episode with Kim when she did experiences? There were actually 4 experiences, but we ended up doing 3 only. The reason? The first experience in which you could see plates repelling from one another because of static electricity was simply not working. Not at all. Even though we had prepared and rehearsed every single step of it. Was it the electric atmosphere in the studio or any other external factor? I hope so. Otherwise, it means that the traditional laws of physics were just suspended. Sometimes things don't go as planned. Our shootings in studio are quite under control, but once we decided to venture outside and go shoot in Nexans factory in Calais in the north part of France and at a wind farm close to the site with my good friend Maxime. This is when things got complicated. While we had a drink the evening before at the beach, we had to fight the elements. Very few wind, but fog and rain in a single day. Hey, the wind turbines were barely visible in the background. We still managed to have everything we came for on tape. Remember that safety suit for live working on transmission lines? Until the last moment, we prayed to get it on time. This kind of safety equipment with silver wires on the surface is pretty rare, and not everyone can get it. I asked one of my personal friends, shout out to Gaétan by the way, to lend it to me, but first we had to make sure no professional needed it. I went to pick it up by bus in the evening before, just before the maintenance center closed. And in the studio, that was much fun. Another anecdote that I love. On season 1, we had the chance to collaborate with Vanessa Hill from Braincraft and Athena Brainsberger from Astro Athens. They were both in the US and the COVID hit. One of the consequences, we could not take you as scheduled to visit the Livermore Centennial Lightbulb, the place where the longest lasting lightbulb still glowing is located. Maybe next year, folks, the lightbulb should still be shining. As you may know, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I work for a company called Nexans who produces this channel. And now I'm everywhere in the company, in 34 countries. How is that possible? Well, look at this picture. One day, I went to the headquarters offices after long months of pandemic. The young lady at the reception I had never met before said, despite my COVID mask, "Oh, I see you every day." Each time I go out of a lift, I see a TV screen with my face in a What's What video in a loop. I was not prepared for that. Last but not least, I went to Norway to discover the Aurora vessel. That was another crazy trip where I self-shot some content myself. But what a pity. The mic that arrived just at the last moment at the airport did not work there in Norway. To avoid this, I took a whole team with me today. Well, you can see that What's What is not a quiet river, but rather a crazy adventure. I hope you like these untold stories of What's What. I have a few more, but I keep them for later episodes. See you soon, folks!